it's Paul from Magpie 24/7 back again. Apologies about the lighting, but hard at graft. You know me, Mr. No Days Off. Well, I'll be having a few hours off tomorrow, won't I? Because of course it's Newcastle United returning, finally returning to action against Everton at St James's Park. And obviously huge excitement around the game. A sellout as ever these days at St James's Park. And a huge intrigue around the game obviously is there's going to be numerous debuts for Newcastle's latest recruits through the door. In particular, I think everybody's looking forward to seeing Bruno. I know Carl's got his new shirt with Bruno on the back already. I am severely tempted as well to have a bit of that, so looking forward to seeing him play as well. Dan Burn should play. He has got a little bit of an injury. He has got a knock, a toe infection or something like that, but I can't imagine that keeping Geordie out of play for Newcastle. To be honest, I'd run through a brick fucking wall if it meant making a debut personally for Newcastle, so I'd imagine he'd be just the same. And yeah, he's going to be playing, isn't he? He's going to be playing. I noticed in training and all the videos that the club have released this week, it has been Lascelles and Dan Burn at the back. Matt Targett, no doubt he's going to start on the left hand side of the defence. No Matt Ritchie still, he is still injured, won't be in the team. Trippier on the other side, so looking forward to seeing the crosses firing in from both sides, assuming obviously we go forward at the back. I suppose it would still be the same if we play the wing backs and everything, won't it? But in particular, like I touched on before, mega chuffed to be able to see Newcastle have such a midfielder. You know, it's finally the Johan Cabaye replacement. I cannot wait to see this Brazilian lad, and I hope that Joe Linton, touch wood, I think he will be okay. He pulls through, he's able to play tomorrow, and we have those pair of Brazilian beauties in the centre of the park for Newcastle. And I hope they have a fantastic game. I know he hasn't had that many training sessions with the lads, but I just think, look, games are running out. If you're spending 50.1 million euros on a player, play that player. We have been so fucking dreadful for so fucking long in the middle of that park. The only way it can be up. I just can't wait to see some forward passing. The defensive side of his game as well. I'm looking forward to a little bit of physicality and to shut the fucking, literally it's like a conveyor belt. It's been a conveyor belt all fucking season from that middle of the central midfield area as a supply, and a feeder thing for oppositions to be able to score against us. So I'm looking forward to that being addressed. I'm looking forward to seeing his range of passing, his physicality and everything else. You could stick another 10,000-15,000 seats on and they would sell out, there's no doubt about it. Also looking forward to a wee little fucking Jordan Pickford in the opposition goal. It's always fun, it's always a good time knocking a few goals past him, and it is a huge game, make no bones about it. We need, look, results have gone our way again. They've gone our way for a little while recently. Whether we needed a draw, yeah, we need a Norwich win, yeah, it's always happened. It's happened perfectly the plan, but there gets to a situation and a point in the season where you sit there and think, look, Newcastle need to worry about Newcastle and nobody else. We look after our own selves, our own results, our own performances, and everything else will come good. And I think these games coming up, that is the perfect embodiment. That is what the message that the players need to be told. It is all about us. It's okay, getting the results, them going your way, but we've got to make hay while the sun is shining. We have got to get the points in the bag, because we're going to need another 7 or 8 wins at least to be able to stay up. So look, we've got Everton, then we've got Villa, we've got West Ham, and you've got to be targeted at least 6-7 points out of those games. Again, looking at other fixtures that we've got, to be realistic in being able to win this survival battle. And you've only got to listen today to Bruno in his press conference talking about the promises that he's being made to by the club, talking about Champions League qualification, talking about competing for trophies and Champions League honours and stuff like that. These are exciting things, but we can't do it from the bastard Championship. So it is important that the players who remain from from previous months and weeks gone by, they step it up They see these other players coming in and think, look, I've got to up my game even fucking more. I've got to push more, do more, train harder, and they've got to get with the programme. There's no doubt about it. But look, I am confident tomorrow. I do think Newcastle, look, at home against the Merseyside Magpies, they should be able to get the job done. I'm looking forward to seeing Matt Targett knocking them in from one side, Trippier knocking them in from another side. I'm looking forward to seeing free kicks, corners, so all you set pieces. And it's not just the fantastic delivery that we've now surely got in the team, but it's that extra added height, both defensively and offensively, with Dan Burn. Obviously, a huge mountain of a man, and you've seen him. You've seen the training pictures, and everybody else looks like bloody mini-me running around him. So that is brilliant to see, and I'm looking forward to hopefully Newcastle causing some major issues week in, week out for the teams that we play against, using that extra height and using the no doubt improved crossing and set piece capabilities that we've brought in over the transfer window. If you haven't checked out the transfer video that I did from the View in the Van series, please do so. In that video, I've gone over all of the players and give my thoughts on the signings, strengths, weaknesses, what I'm looking forward to, etc. So go and check that one out. So I'm not going to go too much into detail on that. The only other thing as well that's came out before the Everton game from the press conference today, Eddie Howe saying that he doesn't expect Callum Wilson to be back until sort of towards the latter part of the season for maybe the last few games. So that's a huge onus on another one of our signings. Obviously the lad Chris Wood from Burnley, the striker that we signed, to start scoring goals. And what better time is there than tomorrow at St James's Park? That would be fantastic. We could do with some goals from him, and also hugely important that we keep him fit, because him and then Dwight Gale is going to be well, that is it. Yeah, it's going to be our firepower till probably the last 3, 4, 5 games of the season. So crucially important that we keep him fit, and even more gutting if you think about it that we missed out on striking reinforcements, given obviously the medical team, the coaching team, the management must have known about the injury situation with Callum Wilson. But gutting, it's his Achilles heel, and it's just struck again. It's not the player's fault or anything else like that, but from Newcastle's perspective, it is gutting, because he's such a good player, such a good goal scorer, but just can't seem to keep himself fit. So yeah, the sooner the better back, obviously, for Callum Wilson, because I think he takes our goal scoring and the figurehead of this attacking system. I think he takes it up a gear or two, no doubt about it. But look, Wood's come in, and he'll be desperate to do good. He'll be desperate to notch tomorrow, and surely with Bruno in, with the 2 new fullbacks in, he's going to get opportunities. He's going to get chances with your St Maximums in the team, with Ryan Fraser back in the team and doing ever so well. He's really stepped it up since Eddie Howe came in. So yeah, looking forward to it so much. A win, and we could be out of the relegation zone, and again, just to take that pressure off and to start looking upwards and have continued renewed belief that things will turn good. Look, £100 million investment into the team in January is fantastic. The most active team, the most team spending the most money in all of fucking Europe, Newcastle United. We've just got to do it now on the football pitch, and just hope that they've had enough time training together. That's the only thing. Everything fucking crossed. I can't wait. Looking forward to the game. Hopefully it's not pissing down like it is tonight where I'm at the moment. So hopefully it's nice and nice and dry. Under the lights, atmosphere, flags, positivity, Newcastle fans singing their heart out, being that extra man, and really just trying to make the difference. And also in turn dragging Everton balls deep, if they weren't already balls deep, but dragging Everton balls deep into this relegation dogfight, into this relegation scrap at the foot of the table. That would do absolutely fucking fine and dandy. Yeah, the only bit of Newcastle news also is concerning our ex-manager, if you can call him that, piss fart, cockwomble, call him what you fucking will, but somehow, and I don't know how he does it. It's the merry-go-round of shit managers, but he's reared his ugly head again, and despite all the, well, this will be my last game in football management, don't you know, well then, how's the bacon and all that shit, he turns up again like a fucking bad smell. He's like a fart in the lift, you can't get rid of the bastard. He's turned up down West Brom, and my experiences travelling down to West Brom to see Newcastle play, they've always been a good bunch there, and it's good to see another chairman taking a punt on this poor fucking sap. It really is. He's brought in his usual bunch of coaches and supplemented it, as if it wasn't enough to have one Bruce. As if that isn't enough, then he's brought in the used wet wipe, which is Alex Bruce. Why? I don't know. Does he make a cracking cuppa? Possibly. Yes, he's got his coaching badges recently, but fuck me, talk about keeping it in the family. Alex Bruce, Steve Bruce, and all the rest of the coaches. Yeah, like I said, I've been down there a couple of times to see Newcastle play. West Brom fans are a genuine, decent bunch, and they certainly don't deserve the absolute levels of fucktardery and shithousery, the nastiness, the sniping, the attacking the fucking fans, the lack of ownership. They don't deserve any of that, which is coming without a shadow of a doubt. And yeah, maybe the £8 million payoff wasn't enough for him to sit there and watch his cricket. Maybe he's fancying one more payday, one more payout from a club to get rid of him because of his incompetence. I don't know. Maybe it's a fetish as well, because he likes to manage rivals, doesn't he? So West Brom, with his connections down in the Midlands, the clubs that he's managed in the Midlands, perhaps that comes into it, because we all know his track record of jumping and flip-flopping from one bastard side to the other. Although I wish no harm and no ill towards West Brom, a cracking club, cracking people going to support that club. Yeah, we'll post you down the Bruce out stuff. That's all I could say. We'll do you a good deal. I'll bring it down for you, no problem whatsoever, because I can't imagine there being much of a honeymoon period. This is a man who just struggles to win any games per season and thinks he's doing a cracking job. But look, it won't be too long before the true colours of Steve Bruce, all this, oh, isn't he a nice warm man, he's like a fucking pack of Werther's Originals on the fucking TV screen with a West Brom badge behind him. It won't take long until that mask slips, and then the real Steve Bruce shows himself up for the nasty piece of work that he truly is. And yeah, I wish West Brom all the best, because they're going to need it. They're going to need it, and if this is the man that they're pinning the hopes on, winning games and getting promotion and getting in the Premier League and establishing themselves, well, you can dress it up as well, you 12th and 13th place and all that sort of thing. Each of those seasons, again, talk about balls deep, we were balls deep in relegation troubles right up to the last moment, and it's just, again, shithousery, the Bruce look, riding by your seat of your pants, scoring goals in the 95th minute off people's asses and stuff like that, getting penalties when we didn't deserve them. That meant that we stayed up and got those positions. So yes, you can argue and say, well, you finished this and this. We were in serious risk of relegation in both of those seasons, and the struggles this season is down to, again, you guessed it, Steve Bastard Bruce. So all the best. I do wish West Brom well, and it'll be interesting. We stay up, of course, that has to be the aim. That's our only concern at the moment, us staying up. West Brom get promoted, and it'll be tasty on Steve Bruce's return to St James's Park. That would be fucking lovely. I would absolutely love to see that. But yeah, tomorrow, confident Newcastle can get the result. Looking forward to seeing the new players integrated in, and seeing an improved performance, more possession, more chances created, more shots on goal. We need to be creating more, we need to be getting more shots on target to score more goals, and hopefully a clean sheet. Confident Newcastle can get it done. Hope little fucking wee arms Jordan Pickford has a fucking howler. That would be great, wouldn't it? Absolutely fantastic. In the meantime, take care, keep it tuned, and I'll speak to you later.